Have you ever delayed reading a book or watching a series for years by saying, I will watch it later someday? And when you finally watched it, you just go back to your past and slap yourself for not watching it earlier. Hello everyone, I finally watched AnneWithAnE and I'm absolutely in love with it. And I could not stop wondering, how did I miss this gem for so long? Like seriously, how and why? I wish I had watched the show early in my life, especially during my teenage days and early 20s. Maybe I would have been little kinder to myself. I would have been, in fact, I have learned so much from Anne and the show. Anne was told that she was not enough, not pretty enough, and nobody wanted her. She was rejected by everywhere she went. But I love Anne being Anne. She never let anyone make her small. But she proved that she was enough, and why not me? So am I. The world doesn't need to validate your worth. You are already enough. And that is the kind of a person I wanted to be. Anne knew her worth before I knew mine, but I'm learning and that is okay. Okay, this is not a review or analysis video. I am just here to talk about the show that means so much to me right now, about how it made me feel, about what it taught me. I'm making this video as a memory for myself, for the future me who is little more grown up. One day I will watch AnneWithAnE again, then I will come back and watch this video again and see how much my opinion, my perspective have changed. I love this show from the very first episode to last, and there are so many unforgettable moments. But one of my favorite is in season 1, episode 2, when Matthew comes to take Anne back home and she refuses to go with him. And when Matthew says the 3 words, she's my daughter, I cried. And that look on Anne's face, the way they hug afterward, I was literally crying. And the child who played Anne, I became her fan from that very moment. What an incredible actress she was. I know she's not a child anymore, but that moment will always be one of my favorite moments from the entire series. I love men written by women, but what about women written by women? I love it. I love it when they uplift other women through art and literature. Isn't it beautiful? Unfortunately, I haven't read the book yet, but I came to know that the book is adapted from a book called Anne of Green Gables. Okay, how can a story written over 100 years ago still covers issues that we are fighting today? Okay, honestly, I truly believe every woman should watch AnneWithAnE at least once in their life. I love how it shows every phase we go through as a woman, through every single character. Remember the phase we went through, fears, insecurity, dreams, struggle, growth, everything reflected in them. Especially in season 2, Anne goes through the phase that reminded me of my own. I was like, oh, that's me. Remember the overthinking era, like why I'm ugly, why I'm nobody's favorite, why I'm not the smartest in the class. Oof. I remember having the same thought when I was Anne's age. Just like Anne, fitting into beauty standard or being beautiful used to be my biggest dream. And now I'm in my 20s, it doesn't even matter anymore. Okay, recently I've cut my hair into boy skirt and I really don't care. Maybe because I have more important things to think about. But I don't know why I feel more free, just like Anne realized, just like Anne living without overthinking or without any labels, without any validation. My another favorite series when Anne disguised herself as a boy. And she suddenly feels free from expectation, free from judgment, free from, free to be simply herself. I'm in the exact phase of my life right now. Maybe that's why this scene means so much to me. Girl, I totally get your love for the puff sleeve dress. And there's Miss Stacy, my absolute favorite. And I love telling people why Miss Stacy is my favorite. She is the threat to patriarchy, not by fighting or protesting it loudly, but simply by living on her own terms, wearing whatever she wanted, doing whatever she loved. Miss Stacy, a character from 100 years ago, yet her story feels so relevant today. But we women are still judged for what we wear, how we live, how loud we are. Remember as a kid how we were scared of monsters and horror movies. But as we grow up, we realize the real horror is not a monster, but is a people like Rachel who bring down their own gender while defending an unfair system in the name of tradition, culture and values. My another favorite character from the show is Miss Josephine. I was literally scratching my head throughout the entire series thinking that I had seen her somewhere before. Then it finally hit me. Oh my gosh, she is the same Dani Amma from the From series. And this guy disappeared like he never even existed. Honestly, my most hated character in the entire show. Just because you are struggling in your life, you have your own problem in your life, doesn't give you a right to be cruel to someone who did nothing wrong to you. Okay, and with that, we all want friend like Diana. We spend our entire life searching for that one person, one friend, that Diana, the whole time. But why don't we realize it was always me? I was always my own best friend. Why do we hesitate to talk to ourselves in mirror, to appreciate ourselves? We always show up for everyone else without thinking twice, and when it comes to ourselves, we give up so easily. Why shouldn't we be our own biggest supporter? Nobody knows our journey better than we do, right? Okay, I have a question for Netflix, just one. How could you create something this beautiful, makes us fall in love, and then just cancel it? Just like that? I didn't just watch this show, I lived in it, and then someone took it away. Waking up from the best dream of your life. That incomplete dream. I have so many questions left. I wanted to see Anne find her place in the world, make her own path, write her own story, and finally get the happy ending. She always deserved that. In fact, we deserved that.